Have you ever imagined a world where all your desires come true? A place where your goals, dreams, and aspirations are not only possible but tangible. You are in the right place. Today we are going to explore a secret that can help you achieve exactly that. It's not magic or a trick. It's a philosophy of life, Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us the importance of focusing on ourselves, our actions, reactions, and mindset. How can we transform our reality and make amazing things happen by adopting this approach? In this video, we will explore 15 Stoic principles that will help you in this process. Each principle will be detailed, accompanied by a quote from a Stoic philosopher that illustrates its meaning. So, sit back, relax, and get ready for a journey into the heart of Stoicism. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Key 1. Ataraxia, inner peace. Ataraxia, or inner peace, is the first Stoic key to focusing on oneself. It is a Greek term that means inner peace or imperturbability. The Stoics believed that true happiness does not come from external pleasures or others' approval, but from tranquility of mind. Ataraxia is achieved by accepting the world as it is, without wishing things were different. It is understanding that we cannot control external events, only our reactions to them. When we free ourselves from expectations and accept reality, we find inner peace. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them." This phrase reminds us that our inner peace depends on how we interpret and respond to life's events, not the events themselves. Thus, ataraxia is a powerful tool for focusing on oneself. By cultivating this peace, we can free ourselves from unnecessary worries and concentrate on what truly matters, our growth and personal development. Moreover, the practice of ataraxia helps us face challenges with a clear and calm mind, accepting reality as it is, reducing suffering caused by resistance to circumstances. This allows us to make more rational decisions and live according to our values, rather than being guided by impulsive reactions. Finally, by practicing ataraxia, we learn to value the present moment. Inner peace is not a state to be achieved in the future, but a continuous practice of acceptance and presence. This helps us live with more gratitude and contentment, appreciating each moment as it is. Key 2. Amor fati, love of fate. The second Stoic key is amor fati, which translates to love of fate. This principle encourages us to accept and love everything that life brings us, both the good and the bad. Instead of resisting challenges or lamenting adversities, the Stoics teach us to embrace them as essential parts of our journey. Loving fate means seeing every event in our lives, even the most difficult ones, as necessary and beneficial for our growth. Understanding that each experience, no matter how painful or challenging, has a purpose and can teach us valuable lessons is fundamental. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." This quote reminds us that every event in our life is exactly what we need at that moment to learn, grow, and evolve. By practicing amor fati, you can develop emotional resilience and a more optimistic perspective on life. Facing challenges with acceptance and love for fate helps us transform obstacles into opportunities for personal growth. This positive attitude not only improves our emotional well-being, but also prepares us to better handle future adversities. Additionally, amor fati teaches us to live with gratitude and appreciation. By accepting and loving every aspect of our journey, we cultivate a deep sense of gratitude for all the experiences that shape our character. This allows us to live with more joy and contentment, recognizing the intrinsic value of each moment lived. Loving fate is not just a passive acceptance, but an active way to embrace life with all its ups and downs, finding meaning and purpose in all situations, using each experience as a tool for our personal development. This mindset helps us build a life rich in learning and growth, where we see each event as an essential piece of the puzzle of our existence. Thus, by adopting Amor fati, we empower ourselves to live more fully and meaningfully, with courage and serenity in the face of life's uncertainties. Key 3. Prosoce, mindfulness. The third Stoic key is Prosoce, translated as mindfulness. The Stoics placed great importance on living in the present and paying full attention to our current actions and thoughts. Prosoce is the practice of being completely present in each moment, observing our actions, thoughts, and emotions without judgment. It is recognizing that we only have control over our actions and reactions in the present, and that our attention should focus on doing what is right here and now. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happens the way it happens. Then you will be happy." This quote reminds us that we should accept reality as it is and center our attention on our own actions and reactions. Practicing Prosoce teaches us to live in the present and focus on what we can control, our own actions and reactions. Mindfulness also improves our ability to make conscious and deliberate decisions. When we are fully present, we are more capable of evaluating our options and acting according to our values and goals, rather than reacting impulsively to circumstances. This practice allows us to live more intentionally, aligned with our principles and purposes. Additionally, the practice of mindfulness helps reduce stress and anxiety. By focusing on the present moment, we set aside worries about the future and regrets about the past. This allows us to experience a fuller and more satisfying life, valuing each moment as it is. Prosoce also promotes a greater sense of peace and contentment. When we are attentive to the present, we become more aware of the small beauties and joys of daily life that often go unnoticed when we are distracted. This full awareness helps us cultivate an attitude of gratitude and appreciation for life. Moreover, the continuous practice of mindfulness makes us more resilient in the face of challenges. We face difficulties with a clear and calm mind, allowing us to make more rational and effective decisions. This strengthens our personal development and helps us live a more balanced and harmonious life. Thus, Prosoce is a powerful tool for cultivating a life of presence, purpose, and inner peace. Key 4. Eudaimonia, the good life. The fourth Stoic key is Eudaimonia, which translates to the good life or true happiness. For the Stoics, true happiness does not lie in fleeting pleasures or the accumulation of wealth, but in living a life of virtue and purpose. Eudaimonia is achieved by living in accordance with nature, which means living virtuously in harmony with our principles. It is understanding that our genuine satisfaction and happiness come from our own actions and character, not from external circumstances. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This phrase reminds us that our true wealth and happiness depend on our character and actions, not on our material possessions. By seeking eudaimonia, we focus on cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, which are the pillars of a well-lived life. Living in accordance with eudaimonia helps us develop a sense of purpose and direction in our lives. When we focus on living virtuously, our efforts are directed towards meaningful goals, promoting a sense of fulfillment and plenitude. This allows us to build a life that not only seeks momentary satisfaction, but also contributes to the well-being of our community. Additionally, the practice of Eudaimonia encourages the formation of meaningful relationships. By living according to our values and virtues, we inspire and positively impact those around us. This helps us create deep and lasting connections based on mutual respect and shared goals. Finally, the pursuit of Eudaimonia teaches us to value continuous personal growth. Each challenge and adversity becomes an opportunity to practice our virtues and strengthen our character. Thus, by pursuing Eudaimonia, we build a life rich in meaning and lasting happiness, where true success is measured by the development of our character and the depth of our relationships. Kai 5, Memento mori, remember that you will die. The fifth Stoic key is Memento mori, which means remember that you will die. This concept reminds us of the inevitability of death and invites us to live each day as if it were our last. Memento mori is a practice of reflecting on our mortality, not to provoke fear, but to inspire action and purpose. By remembering that our life is finite, we can appreciate each moment with greater intensity and meaning. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." This quote reminds us that each day is a gift and that we should live it in the best possible way. The practice of Memento mori encourages us to make the best use of our time and to focus on what really matters. Additionally, reflecting on our mortality helps us prioritize our values and goals. When we are aware of life's fragility, we become more selective about how we spend our time and energy. This motivates us to seek experiences and relationships that bring true meaning and joy. The practice of Memento mori also encourages us to live with courage and authenticity. By accepting the inevitability of death, we are inspired to live according to our deepest values, without fear of judgment from others. This empowers us to make bold decisions and pursue our dreams with determination. Finally, by incorporating Memento mori into our lives, we cultivate an attitude of gratitude and appreciation. Each moment becomes an opportunity to express gratitude for the people and experiences that enrich our journey. This perspective helps us live a fuller and more meaningful life, where the awareness of death motivates us to value and make the most of each day. Key 6, Egkrateia, self-control. The sixth Stoic key is Egkrateia, which translates to self-control. For the Stoics, self-control is fundamental to living a virtuous and satisfying life. Egkrateia is the practice of exercising control over our actions, thoughts, and emotions. It is the ability to resist temptations and maintain composure in difficult situations, living according to our values and principles rather than being dominated by our impulses or external circumstances. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, stated, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This quote reminds us that true self-control is not about repressing our desires, but about freeing ourselves from them. By practicing Egkrateia, we learn to master our emotions and act consistently with our values. Moreover, self-control helps us develop discipline and perseverance. Resisting temptations and maintaining focus on our long-term goals strengthens our resilience and determination. This allows us to overcome challenges and achieve our dreams, building a life based on our deepest principles. Continuous practice of Egkrateia promotes greater internal harmony. When we control our impulses and emotions, we live more balanced and tranquil lives. This allows us to make wiser decisions and live according to our deepest values, contributing to a more gratifying and full life. Additionally, Self-control empowers us to face adversities with serenity. In moments of difficulty, maintaining calm and composure helps us respond rationally and effectively. This not only improves our ability to deal with challenging situations, but also strengthens our character and self-confidence. Finally, Egkrateia teaches us to value personal growth and self-reflection. Each situation requiring self-control is an opportunity to practice and improve our virtues. Thus, by adopting Egkrateia, we continuously mold ourselves to be better and more virtuous people, living a life of integrity and purpose. Key 7. Human connection, sense of belonging. The seventh Stoic key is human connection, or sense of belonging. The Stoics believed that we are all part of a larger community and that we have a responsibility to contribute to the well-being of others. Human connection is the practice of recognizing our bond with others and acting accordingly. It is understanding that our actions have an impact on others and that we should consider this impact in our decisions. Heracles, a Stoic philosopher, proposed a model of concentric circles of belonging with the self at the center, followed by family, friends, community, humanity, and finally, the cosmos. This model reminds us that we are part of something larger and that our actions can have an impact beyond ourselves. By practicing human connection, you can learn to consider the impact of your actions on others and to contribute to the well-being of your community. Additionally, the practice of human connection strengthens our social bonds and promotes a sense of community. When we care about the well-being of others, we build stronger and more meaningful relationships that support us on our journey of personal growth. This interconnection provides us with an essential support network to face life's challenges, creating an environment of mutual trust and cooperation. Furthermore, recognizing our interconnection with others develops in us a sense of responsibility and purpose. Understanding that our actions affect the community at large motivates us to act with more compassion and generosity. This creates a positive impact on our surroundings, promoting a more harmonious and collaborative environment. Finally, the practice of human connection teaches us to value diversity and collaboration. By recognizing and respecting the different contributions and perspectives of each individual, we enrich our own experience and learning. This not only strengthens social cohesion, but also helps us grow as individuals, learning from the diverse experiences and knowledge of others. Key 8. Love for humanity. The eighth Stoic key is love for humanity. The Stoics believed in the importance of kindness and generosity towards others. This key is about acting with kindness and generosity without expecting anything in return. It is understanding that we are all part of the same human community and that we have a responsibility to care for and support each other. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness." This quote reminds us that we always have the opportunity to act with kindness and generosity, regardless of the circumstances. By practicing love for humanity, you can learn to act with kindness and generosity, allowing you to focus on yourself and your personal development while contributing to the well-being of others. Additionally, the practice of love for humanity helps us develop empathy and compassion. By putting ourselves in others' shoes and understanding their struggles and challenges, we become more understanding and willing to offer help and support. This allows us to build stronger and more meaningful relationships based on trust and mutual respect. Moreover, love for humanity promotes a cycle of positivity and gratitude. When we spread kindness, we often receive the same in return. This strengthens our relationships and promotes an environment of mutual support and cooperation. The constant practice of acts of kindness also contributes to our own emotional well-being, creating a sense of satisfaction and purpose. Finally, by incorporating love for humanity into our lives, we cultivate an attitude of generosity and altruism. Each act of kindness becomes an opportunity to reinforce our values and contribute to the common good. This helps us live more fully and meaningfully, where personal satisfaction is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others. Love for humanity teaches us that by doing good, we also nurture our own soul. Key 9. Moderation. The 9th Stoic key is moderation. The Stoics believed in the importance of living a balanced life and avoiding excess. Moderation is the practice of seeking balance in all areas of our life. It is understanding that excesses, whether in pleasures or difficulties, can lead us to unhappiness and suffering. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This quote reminds us that true wealth and happiness come from living a balanced and moderate life, not from the accumulation of possessions or pleasures. By practicing moderation, you can learn to seek balance in your life and avoid excess. Additionally, the practice of moderation helps us maintain a state of physical and mental well-being. By avoiding excesses, we protect our health and energy, allowing us to live more sustainably and harmoniously. This enables us to face life's challenges with more vigor and resilience, promoting an overall sense of well-being. Furthermore, moderation teaches us to value the simple things in life. When we learn to be content with what we have, we develop a sense of gratitude and contentment. This allows us to find joy in small things and everyday experiences, appreciating the beauty and simplicity of life. Finally, the practice of moderation promotes greater self-control and discipline. By regulating our desires and impulses, we strengthen our ability to make conscious and responsible decisions. This not only improves our quality of life, but also helps us build a stronger and more virtuous character, aligned with our deepest values and principles. Moderation teaches us that true pleasure lies in living a balanced life, where each aspect of life is appreciated in its proper measure, without excesses that may harm us. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "mind over body" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Key 10. Differentiating what we can control from what we cannot. The 10th Stoic key is the ability to differentiate what we can control from what we cannot. The Stoics believed that the key to a peaceful and satisfying life is to focus on the things that are within our control and accept those that are beyond our reach. This involves the practice of separating our actions and thoughts, which we can control, from external events, which are beyond our control. Epictetus said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about things." This quote reminds us that our peace and happiness depend on how we interpret and respond to life's events, not the events themselves. By practicing this differentiation, we can learn to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot change. This practice helps us reduce stress and anxiety. When we accept that certain aspects of life are beyond our control, we release the pressure of trying to change what cannot be changed, allowing us to focus our energy on productive actions. This empowers us to deal with challenges more effectively and maintain calm in adverse situations. Additionally, differentiating what we can control from what we cannot teaches us to live with more serenity and resilience. By accepting life's uncertainty and unpredictability, we develop a more flexible and adaptable attitude, ready to face any challenge with courage and calm. This helps us maintain emotional balance even in difficult times and continue progressing in our personal development. The practice of this key also allows us to cultivate greater self-acceptance and compassion. By recognizing our limitations and accepting that we cannot control everything, we become kinder and more patient with ourselves. This helps us develop a sense of inner peace and live with more gratitude and contentment. Finally, by adopting this perspective, we learn to focus our efforts on what truly matters. This allows us to invest our time and energy in actions that can bring positive and significant changes in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Thus, by practicing the ability to differentiate what we can control from what we cannot, we are building a solid foundation for a more balanced, peaceful, and satisfying life. Key 11. Premeditatio malorum, prevision of evils. The 11th Stoic key is the prevision of evils, which involves the practice of anticipating possible challenges or difficulties that may arise in the future. The Stoics believed that by visualizing and mentally preparing for adversities, we can face them more effectively and resiliently. This practice is not about being pessimistic, but about being prepared for the unexpected. Seneca said, "The wise man thinks always of how he can help others, but he is always prepared for the worst." This quote reminds us that true wisdom lies not in hoping for the best, but in being prepared for the worst. By practicing the prevision of evils, we can learn to anticipate and prepare for challenges, which allows us to maintain calm and composure even in the most difficult situations. Additionally, the practice of prevision of evils helps us develop a more resilient mindset. When we are prepared to face difficulties, we are less likely to be caught off guard and more capable of dealing with adversities effectively. This gives us a sense of control and confidence even amidst challenging circumstances. Furthermore, the prevision of evils encourages us to create proactive strategies and solutions. By anticipating potential problems, we can plan ahead and take preventive measures, reducing the impact of future challenges and improving our ability to respond. This empowers us to act more efficiently and minimize the negative effects of unexpected events. The continuous practice of prevision of evils also promotes a greater sense of security and well-being. By preparing for possible adversities, we are protecting our future and creating a more stable and predictable environment for ourselves and those around us. This allows us to live with more confidence and less fear of the unknown. Finally, by incorporating the prevision of evils into our lives, we cultivate an attitude of proactivity and vigilance. This not only helps us face challenges more effectively, but also teaches us to value and enjoy moments of tranquility and success. Thus, the prevision of evils is a powerful tool for building a life of resilience, preparation, and security, where we are always ready to face whatever comes our way. Key 12. Universal connection. The 12th Stoic key is universal connection, which involves recognizing that we are all part of a greater whole and intrinsically connected to the universe. The Stoics believed that our actions have an impact not only on ourselves, but on the entire community and the cosmos. The practice of universal connection encourages us to act consciously and consider the impact of our decisions in a broader context. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees." This quote reminds us that we are part of a greater whole and that our actions can have an impact beyond ourselves. By practicing universal connection, we learn to consider the impact of our actions on the universe and contribute to the well-being of the universal community. Additionally, the practice of universal connection helps us develop greater ecological and social responsibility. By recognizing that our actions affect the planet and future generations, we are motivated to live more sustainably and consciously. This empowers us to make choices that not only benefit ourselves, but also promote collective well-being. Furthermore, by feeling connected to the universe, we develop a profound sense of purpose and belonging. We understand that our lives are part of a large and interconnected tapestry, which inspires us to act with more compassion and contribute to the common good. This understanding helps us live more harmoniously and balanced, promoting a sense of inner peace. The continuous practice of universal connection also teaches us to value interdependence and collaboration. By recognizing that we depend on each other and the world around us, we are encouraged to build stronger and more cooperative relationships. This strengthens social cohesion and promotes an environment of mutual support and respect. Finally, by incorporating universal connection into our lives, we learn to act with greater consciousness and intention. Each action becomes an opportunity to contribute to global well-being, reinforcing our responsibility to the community and the planet. Thus, the practice of universal connection is a powerful tool for living a life of meaning, where our actions are always aligned with the greater good. Key 13. Arete, excellence of character. The 13th Stoic key is Arete, which translates to excellence of character. The Stoics believed that the goal of life is to develop a virtuous character and live according to nature. Arete is the practice of cultivating virtues and living according to our values. It is understanding that our true happiness and satisfaction come from our own actions and character, not from external circumstances. Epictetus said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happens the way it happens. Then you will have a tranquil life." This quote reminds us that our peace and happiness depend on how we interpret and respond to life's events, not the events themselves. By practicing Arete, you can learn to cultivate a virtuous character and live according to your values. Additionally, the practice of Arete helps us define and pursue meaningful personal goals. By focusing on excellence of character, we direct our efforts towards goals that reflect our deepest values, promoting a full and purposeful life. This allows us to live authentically, where each action is an expression of our principles and convictions. Moreover, living with excellence of character inspires and impacts those around us. By striving to be the best version of ourselves, we serve as an example and motivation for others to also seek to live virtuously. This creates an environment of continuous growth and improvement, where everyone is encouraged to develop their best qualities. Continuous practice of Arete also promotes a sense of integrity and self-respect. By acting according to our values and virtues, we cultivate a deep sense of pride and self-confidence. This helps us face challenges with courage and determination, knowing that we are living according to our highest principles. Finally, by incorporating Arete into our lives, we learn to value personal growth and self-reflection. Each situation that requires excellence of character is an opportunity to practice and improve our virtues. Thus, by adopting Arete, we are continuously molding ourselves to be better and more virtuous people, living a life of integrity and purpose. Key 14. Duty. The 14th Stoic key is duty. The Stoics believed that each of us has a moral responsibility, both to ourselves and to others. Duty is the practice of fulfilling our responsibilities and obligations, not out of obligation or fear of consequences, but because it is the right thing to do. It is understanding that our actions have an impact on ourselves and others, and that we must act according to our values and principles. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Do what you will, even if you tear yourself apart. Most of the people you're worrying about will barely notice." This quote reminds us that our duty is to act according to our nature and live a virtuous life. By practicing duty, you can learn to fulfill your responsibilities in a way that is in harmony with your values and principles. Additionally, fulfilling duty helps us build a life of integrity and self-respect. When we act according to our values and principles, we develop a deep sense of pride and self-confidence. This empowers us to face challenges with courage and determination, knowing that we are living according to our highest principles. Moreover, the practice of duty strengthens our relationships and others' trust in us. By fulfilling our responsibilities with sincerity and commitment, we cultivate trust and respect from those around us, creating a stronger and more united community. This allows us to build relationships based on mutual trust and respect, essential for harmonious and collaborative coexistence. Continuous practice of duty also teaches us to value contribution to the common good. By recognizing that our actions impact the collective, we are encouraged to act in ways that benefit everyone. This promotes an environment of cooperation and solidarity, where each individual is responsible for the well-being of the community. Finally, by incorporating the sense of duty into our lives, we learn to act with greater responsibility and commitment. Each action becomes an opportunity to reinforce our values and contribute to the common good. This helps us live more fully and meaningfully, where personal satisfaction is intrinsically linked to fulfilling our responsibilities and contributing to society. Duty teaches us that by acting rightly, we also nurture our own growth and development. Key 15. Logos, universal reason. The 15th and final Stoic key is logos, which translates to universal reason. The Stoics believed that the universe is governed by an inherent reason or logic, and that we should strive to live in harmony with this reason. Logos is the practice of seeking truth and wisdom through reason and logic. It is understanding that our actions and decisions should be guided by reason, not by emotions or desires. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "Whatever happens at all happens as it should. You will find this true if you watch narrowly." This quote reminds us that we should strive to understand and live in harmony with universal reason. By practicing logos, you can learn to make rational decisions and live in harmony with universal reason. Additionally, the practice of logos helps us develop a critical and analytical mindset. By seeking truth and wisdom through reason, we become more capable of evaluating complex situations and making informed decisions. This allows us to live more consciously and intentionally, aligned with our principles and values. Furthermore, living according to universal reason brings us a sense of peace and order. When our actions are aligned with logic and truth, we experience a more coherent and meaningful life. This helps us face challenges with clarity and determination, knowing that we are acting in accordance with universal reason. Continuous practice of logos also teaches us to value the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. By recognizing that our actions should be guided by reason, we are encouraged to continuously learn and improve. This promotes constant personal growth and a life rich in learning and development. Finally, by incorporating logos into our lives, we learn to act with greater awareness and intention. Each decision becomes an opportunity to apply reason and logic, reinforcing our responsibility to truth and wisdom. Thus, the practice of logos is a powerful tool for living a life of meaning, where our actions are always aligned with the greater good and universal reason. This empowers us to live fully and satisfactorily in harmony with the universe and ourselves. We have reached the end of our journey through the 15 Stoic keys to focusing on oneself. Each of these keys offers us a unique perspective on how to live a full, meaningful, and resilient life. From Ataraxia to Logos, we have learned that the power to transform our reality lies within us. Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy, but a practical and powerful guide for everyday life. It teaches us that true happiness and inner peace do not depend on external factors, but on our ability to control our reactions and live in harmony with our values. Ataraxia reminds us of the importance of cultivating a tranquil mind, while Amor fati challenges us to love and accept our fate, seeing each experience as an opportunity for growth. Prosoce invites us to live in the present, paying full attention to our actions and thoughts. The pursuit of Eudaimonia directs us to a life of virtue and purpose, where happiness is found in the practice of virtues and the pursuit of the greater good. Memento mori reminds us of life's finitude, inspiring us to live each day with purpose and intensity. Egkrateia teaches us the power of self-control, essential for living according to our principles. Our connection with others and the universe is reinforced through human connection and the practice of love for humanity. Moderation guides us to find balance in all areas of life, avoiding excesses that can lead to suffering. We learn to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot, reducing stress and anxiety. The prevision of evils prepares us to face challenges with resilience and wisdom. Universal connection reminds us that we are part of something larger and that our actions have an impact beyond ourselves. Arete challenges us to seek excellence of character, living according to our virtues. The sense of duty motivates us to fulfill our responsibilities with integrity. Finally, Logos teaches us to live in harmony with universal reason, guiding our actions by logic and wisdom. By incorporating these keys into our lives, we transform our way of seeing the world and relating to it. We become more resilient, compassionate, and conscious. We find an internal source of strength and peace that sustains us in times of difficulty and guides us in times of abundance. We live with a greater purpose, knowing that our actions are aligned with our values and the common good. May this journey through Stoicism inspire you to live more consciously, fully, and meaningfully. May each day be an opportunity to practice these keys, cultivating a life of virtue, purpose, and lasting happiness. As the great Stoic Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. Dare to live fully and discover the transformative power that resides within you." Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.